Here are 10 tips for beginners in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch. This is Michael M. Gaming, and let's get down to business. After your 100-year water nap, and you're magically not pruny, makes no sense to me. Just rise on up, grab your iPhone, and well, you just know what to do. Once you meet fake Santa Claus, well, I really think he's not Santa Claus. He guides the way a little bit. I turn off my motion controls and fix my compass to north. If not, you're just doing it wrong. What's that voice in my head? I'm sure it'll never happen again. You see that? That's your weapon breaking. You better get used to that. No weapons last forever. I think I'll go gather some food. This piece of earth has come to greet me. Nope. So, tip number 1. Farming arrows early in game. Right next to your tower on the Great Plateau, there are 2 archers. Do not kill them if you want to try this arrow farming trick. Step 1, have a wooden shield. They will shoot your shield and the arrows stick into the shield. When you put your shield away, your arrows get put away. Once you've gotten about 4 or 5 arrows from each enemy, save your game and reload. Get your enemy's attention and go again. And getting their attention was hard here. But then let them shoot at you, pick them up off the ground. They have really bad aim, they're kind of stormtroopers. Once you think you've gotten enough arrows, just kill your enemies, and then they sometimes drop even more arrows. But now that you've killed them, they will not come back for a long time. Cooking on a fire versus cooking in a pot. You can just throw food on a fire, and it will cook it, but it's sort of a half cook. You'll get more than just the raw food, but you won't get the full results. Now here's cooking the same item in a pot, and I'll show them side by side. When you roast a mushroom, it heals for 3/4 of a heart. When you cook it in a pot, it will heal for a full heart. Now for an apple. Same thing. It'll heal for a whole heart versus 3/4 of a heart. Now here is a spicy pepper. There's a bit of a spoiler in there for you, if you know what that is. So 1 spicy pepper cooked will heal you for 3/4, versus in a pot will heal you for a whole heart and add special effects. These will come in handy. Number 3, look for Korok seeds. If you see things that are out of place, go investigate. Little flower rings, or lily pad circles in the water, sparkling glitter in the sky over a house or a tree. Go investigate. You're going to get a Korok seed. You're going to get magic poop emoji from a Korok that will come in handy later. Or a rock. On top of a spot there should not be a rock. Just things that look out of place. These are some of my favorite ones. There's a secret way to break that chain. Most people think they're indestructible. These little magnet puzzles just make one side look like the other, but sometimes there's a rotation of 50 degrees or 180 degrees. You just never know. Tip 4, break boxes with a 2-handed weapon instead of a bomb. If you break it with a bomb, the parts inside scatter everywhere. Or put on any 2-handed weapon and hold down Y for a charged swing. Boxes break, items don't scatter. This works on metal boxes as well. So right there I was using an axe, or a 2-handed hammer, so now I'm going to use an axe. You don't have to use a hammer. The rest are done with an axe to show you. Tip number 5, you can catch fish with food. You throw random parts in the water, mushroom, apple, nut, whatever you've got, and the fish are attracted to it. When the fish all come together, throw a bomb and kaboom. Then just go get the fish and your parts. Unless you waited too long, then the fish are going to eat the mushroom, the nut, whatever you threw in the water. You can also shoot them with a bow. If you miss, your arrow disappears. Also, if you hit them, your arrow disappears as well. Keep in mind, a round bomb throws farther than a square bomb. Here's another quick added tip. If you're swimming after fish and you're going to run out of endurance, you don't have to drown. So if you're about to drown and you know you're not going to make it to shore, just open your map and teleport anywhere you want. Right here, the Shrine of Resurrection where you start, or the Great Tower Plateau. The Great Plateau Tower, yes. So you don't have to drown. This works for climbing on walls if it's raining as well. Number 6, save your game before doing something difficult. This works for fighting a guardian, climbing a really high hill, because you're not sure what you're going to do. And if you fail, you might have to travel a long distance back.
Emotional damage!
And that clearly is a fail. So, since you saved, you're still right here. Now you can try to parry the Guardian Laser again. That's another tip. You can parry a Guardian Laser with any strength shield, and it will not damage your shield. So same thing, something difficult. You're climbing. I hope you saved at the bottom, because you better get used to that game over sound. If you're a new player, you will experience it quite a bit. Number 7, read the tips on the load screen. You can force the load screen by teleporting to a tower or to a shrine, and in between the load, because you can see the bar on Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can press A to load the next tip. So I went ahead and put on 6 tips here on the screen for you so you can see multiple tips. And yeah, travel. Just hit minus on your controller and go anywhere you want. Elemental arrows, fire arrows in particular. I like lightning arrows the most personally. And magnesis can pick up your weapons. Use hot and cold weapons to your advantage. On the Great Plateau, there is one tower you have to travel this long distance through cold weather as soon as you go through these gates. Take a look on the bottom right. That's a temperature gauge. Currently, it's cold. But if you are holding fire, or if you have a flame weapon farther along in the game, just hold the flame weapon as your equipped weapon on your back, and you're fine. But if you're holding a torch, don't sprint or jump, then you're going to put your torch away and put the fire out. Or you can just cook 5 spicy peppers, which are readily available on the Great Plateau in 2 places. Now that you've finished that, turn in your 4 shrines and either get a heart container or a stamina vessel. I prefer stamina early on. Do whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Here's fake Santa Claus, I think. I knew it! Boy, if only he was Santa Claus. Wait, he gave me a present. Maybe he was. Go discover the world. See some cool things. Meet some new friends. I don't know what that guy's doing. Make your way to Kakariko Village. You're going to want to follow the quest line. I activated the tower along the way to show you. Along the way, you're going to meet Hetsu. Hetsu has magic maracas that increase your weapon's inventory by exploding all over you. This shrine's very important. That shrine will teach you weapon basics. Also, I circled a great fairy fountain. Always hold fairies to cheat death. That's tip number 9. So I'm crouched down low to sneak up on fairies. They scare away very easily. So as long as you hold some fairies, you will cheat death, whether it's a falling death, a death by an enemy. It won't cheat a drowning death. Those ones, you're still dying. So, tip number 10, once you're off the Great Plateau, you now experience weather. It will rain, and it will have lightning. This is what lightning looks like. And that is a fairy cheating death for you at the same time. So look below the temperature gauge now and see the weather report. You can see the lightning. To avoid this, take off metal. So put on a wooden bow and a wooden weapon, or if you happen to have them, ancient weapons and ancient armor do not attract lightning. Well, if you found any of this helpful, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.